It's the Disney Parks official cookbook. 2 new recipes, both found in the parks. All my Mickey dreams come true. This awesome book. Did I mention I'm not much of a chef?
Blue dew, blue moon, kinda mysterious, shaded with someone I'm not really into. Do you need to fix it? Talking bullshit.
Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen. I definitely don't spend like a ton of time cooking, but today I'm super excited because when I do cook, I usually make pretty simple things. But today we're gonna try 2 new, to me, recipes from this awesome book that my mom and stepdad gave me, I think for Christmas. It's the Disney Parks official cookbook put together by the Disney chefs at all the different parks. It's so awesome. So I thought maybe we should talk about Disney, how much I love it, why I love it so much, while we cook a couple Disney recipes, and then we'll test them out and tell you how they turn out. Did I mention I'm not much of a chef? I'm no Remy, that's for sure. Oh my gosh, and I have the most exciting new thing that I'm doing in my Disney nerddom that I never, ever thought that I would do. But if you're really lucky and we have enough time at the end of the video, maybe I'll share how it's going, because it's maybe the new joyful, fun self-care thing for me, in addition to painting, which we'll get back to in a future video. All right, let's start with the recipes. So I just got back from the grocery store a little bit ago and picked up ingredients for, I want to make sure I get the titles right. This lighting is terrible. Maybe I should actually do something about that. Think that's a little better? Ugh. This is my first little bit of Disney love. I absolutely love Loungefly. It's this company that makes these themed backpacks and accessories and little wallets. And this is my first ever Loungefly that I bought during my 40th birthday trip to Disneyland. And it is, whew, all my Mickey dreams come true and like a prized possession. I've been carrying it lately as like an oversized kind of little handbag, like a little purse. She's kind of cute, and it's like a faux leather, so super durable, washable, adorable for the parks. But if you're a Disney nerd, just brings a little joy to a winter day like today that was snowing, but still waterproof. Look at this. Like, would you have known it was totally wet earlier? Now for the recipes. So I just got back from the grocery a little while ago and decided to make 2 new recipes, both found in the park. So the first one's called Loaded Baked Potato Soup, and this was originally served at one of my favorites, Carnation Cafe, which is on Main Street at Disneyland. Oh, hey, is that you?
Hey.
Do you mind if we have a little bit later dinner?
It's too cold out there.
Oh yeah, your face is cold. I am so excited and proud of myself that I'm finally taking the time to cook something, actually 2 somethings from the official Disney Parks cookbook. My family gave me this as a Christmas gift, and I am not the most eager chef, so this is definitely a little outside my comfort zone. The first step to making our first recipe, Loaded Baked Potato Soup, this took all the chopping. So we're chopping up a carrot, we're chopping up an onion, we're chopping up celery, we're chopping up 4 red potatoes, we're chopping up 4 russet potatoes. Did I mention that we have to peel the russet potatoes? This was a lot of chopping. The hardest part was probably keeping the peeled russet potatoes in my hands while I was peeling them first. Had to rinse them off several times. And also while I was cutting them. And I have sustained some cutting board injuries in the past. One in particular took me to the emergency room. Actually, no, 2 led to pretty serious injuries. So I'm a little worried about my cutting skills. Now, I'm a big believer you shouldn't just complain about the things you don't know how to do. You just have to step outside your comfort zone yet again and find the solution. So I'm giving myself a little bit of homework for this project. I think it's time to get on the old trusty YouTube search and find some videos on how to dice vegetables efficiently. I may have diced the carrots and celeries a little small, but things we can play around with next time we make this. I'm putting all the veggies in one bowl and all of the potatoes in one bowl. I'm not the most confident chef, so I don't like to multitask if I can avoid it. I went ahead and cut all the veggies first. That way it's just out of my mind and they're ready to go. Next, I made sure to lightly freeze my bacon as directed in the recipe to make it easier to chop up into bits so that we can cook it in the stock pot. I put it over medium heat and let it cook for quite a long time. This took longer than I could have ever anticipated, and I don't know why, but we're finally at the crispy point. Then it's time to remove the bacon. Now we're gonna toss in the vegetables, cook those in the bacon grease. Oh my gosh, you guys, this was starting to smell really good. Then dumping in all the potatoes and stir it all together. Once all of the potatoes and veggies are covered, coated, it's time to let it cook for quite a while, mashing down the potatoes to make it a little more soft and creamy. I'm going the full mile here, trying to make sure that I'm taking all the advice from the cookbook page itself to make this great. While I'm waiting for all of our veggies and potatoes to cook and soften, it's time to get started on our second recipe. I'm so excited about this one. It's the gray stuff. If you know, you know. I had to count out 15 Oreo cookies and completely puree them in our tiny food processor. Meanwhile, in our stand mixer, I'm putting together milk, vanilla pudding mix. It is so nice to have a stand mixer. I don't know if it was necessarily the best tool for this, but anything to make cooking easier is my go-to. I feel very lucky to have this machine, so if there's ever a whisking opportunity, I'm generally pulling her out. Now that we've got the base blended and the cookies pureed, it's time to toss in a full 8 ounces of this amazing whipped topping. I had such a funny flashback. Having a quick taste takes me right back to my childhood, you guys. I was obsessed with Cool Whip as a kid. Dumping that whole thing in, we're gonna toss in our pureed cookies and some more chocolate pudding mix and whisk it all together again. Now it's starting to get its sort of grayish appearance, although I'm starting to wonder if I put in too much of the chocolate pudding mix because it's slightly on the brown side for gray stuff. Definitely gonna have to pay closer attention to that next time. We're all mixed, blended, and taste tested. Slightly gray stuff is getting covered in saran wrap and going into the refrigerator to chill and hopefully solidify a little bit more than it is right now in the next 1 to 2+ hours. This is so easy to make ahead of time. Toss in the fridge while you're cooking dinner. It'll have plenty of time while you're eating for more chilling in the fridge, and then you can take a little intermission from your movie or what have you and go back to the kitchen, let your people have a little bathroom break, and put together the final dessert, which I'll be revealing at the end. Oh my gosh, it was delicious. Things are really coming together in the stock pot. The potatoes are softening, mash them up a little bit, and oh wow, I am putting the most heavy cream in this soup recipe, but I think it's going to be worth it. Since I didn't want to overcomplicate things by making too many new recipes in one night, I decided to do just some quick oven biscuits as a side. Plus, who doesn't love an excuse to pop open one of these little cans? I don't know why that's so satisfying. I feel the exact opposite about opening a champagne bottle. That is a little scary. This is like exciting. Dare I say dinner is just about ready. I am so excited. I've taste tested, done a little seasonings with salt and pepper. The soup has really come together, but it all gels as the most amazing with all the incredible toppings. This is truly what made it feel like it came from a restaurant, so don't skip this part. First, we layered in the set aside extra bacon, crispy yummies that we set aside from earlier, Monterey Jack and cheddar cheese, sour cream, freshly chopped chives. It's looking so delicious. A couple of buttery, flaky rolls, and this dinner is ready to go. I'm so proud. I've been really wanting to watch the live action Lady and the Tramp. Lady and the Tramp, the animated one, was my favorite as a child for so long. I was obsessed, and going back to that movie always feels like going back to my childhood. Seeing this reimagined live action version was so wow. It's a lot and kind of cool at the same time. And it was really fun little dinner theater with our Disney themed dinner items. Travis loved the soup. It's super delicious and so hearty. So I think a smaller serving size next time would be optimal, but so easy to finish. It was delicious. After dinner, we took a little intermission from our film so that I could do a quick put together on our dessert. The gray stuff is so much fun. So once it's solidified, you scoop it into a pastry bag. I don't happen to own any pastry bags. Don't worry if you're the same. I just grabbed a gallon-sized Ziploc bag, carefully spooned all the gray stuff into the bag while squeezing it down into one corner. Just cut off the tip of one corner so you're making essentially a quick pastry bag. From there, pipe the gray stuff gently onto a sugar cookie. It's optimal, of course, to make your own from scratch, but I went the easy route and bought some from my local grocery store bakery. I think so much of the restaurant food isn't just the flavors, of course it is, and all the cream and butter that we put into things in restaurants, but it's also the presentation. So these beautiful little sprinkles made the gray stuff a little bit more like the fun stuff and the delicious stuff. I'm having a lot of fun leaning into joy, leaning into the things that I used to love, and trying some new things outside my comfort zone. And this is definitely out of my comfort zone. So several months ago, my husband, so sweet, came to me and told me that there was a video game that might be the only video game that might ever get me into video games. And it's so true. I finally asked him if I could try it out. He taught me the ropes one night. We stayed up very late so I could set everything up and get started, and now I'm obsessed. Disney's Dreamlight Valley is so much fun. I'm playing on an Xbox and it is wonderful. You get to set up your own little world, save the world from some problems. There's little quests and tons of characters, storylines, little challenges to make more close friendships with all the characters. You get to build and design your house, which I spent an alarming amount of time doing, but it is so much fun. It's a video game with no real negative consequences. You're not fleeing anything or trying to stay alive. It's just totally relaxing and you can do whatever you want. There's no timer on anything. You can roam the land, just pound rocks with a sledgehammer if you want. No, a pickaxe. Anyway, cooking, crafting, character hang. It's really fun, you guys. I never thought I'd be a gamer. I'm definitely not a gamer still, but I think Travis was right. This is the only video game that could get someone like me into video games, and it's so much fun. Do you play Dreamlight Valley? If so, you've got to let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this week's little Disney cooking vlog. I cannot practice more cooking in the future, but I hope you survived this episode. And until next week, make sure to watch last time we did a little bit of art restart. I'll see you in that video. Bye, guys.
Sit around and wait all day.
This is a rambling painting vlog.